So on the bus, we designed this area for our daughter Sophie. It's 6 feet long, and we needed something over the wheel wells. So this is what we decided on, was a bed on one side and storage on the other. So inside her bed, she has storage. She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 storage units for toys or books. And it has these little rubber bands so that the stuff won't fall out. And then in the bottom of her bed, this side is the wheel well, and this side I made another custom drawer. This drawer pulls all the way out, and then it has these removable slots. So if I had something I needed this big, then we could put something in there like her dolls or toys, and I can custom build this entire thing to whatever we want. And actually this whole thing comes right out if we wanted just one big space. So I just measured it and custom built it to the size that was here, and put 2 little holes in it so you can push it in and out. And it's heavy enough that it doesn't move around when we drive, and that's where we keep it, and it's at a place. She's only 5, so she does not need a lot of clothing. So I just picked up 2 dowels and 2 rod holders for a closet. And this is her closet. So I measured it out so that one hanger would fit to the length of this. And then she would hang her clothes. And then there was another one, and she would hang her clothes, and all the stuff would be off the ground. And we had Tupperware bins that would slide underneath with more of her storage. And that's where she kept her clothes that she could reach and have accessibility to. This is the electrical panel on the other side, and I just built a box there and we put artwork to see it. And I like this here, a temperature guide and humidity, just to see. Humidity is an issue in some people's buses, so you can see what it is here. And also temperature. Right now it's only 8 degrees here in Canada in October. So on this side, I built another closet. This was kind of our walk-in closet. And there was a divider down the middle, just a shoe rack that Velcroed onto this. And then one side was mine, one side was Libby's, and we had enough storage for our clothes. And in the back of this, again, I built some custom storage that's removable, and we would put whatever we needed to here. It ended up being darks for washing, lights for washing, and this one was my camera equipment. And I would just put it like this and slip the bag in, and it would work fine. I also made custom curtains for the entire bus out of the curtains that we had in our house. So I would always keep this curtain closed. These are thermal blackout curtains. And yeah, so I always kept these closed so people didn't look in and see all of our clothing. And then what ended up happening is this was the closet rod to keep it private for us. And then we actually put closet, made it into a closet. And this actually turns into a full protected walk-in closet. So we could get dressed here. There's lots of light from the skylight, smoke detector in the sleeping area. And then we could close this one, and we had full privacy when we wanted to get changed. So that was kind of a bonus. We didn't plan that, but it worked out well. And I picked up these Rapid straps from Canadian Tire, and these, I am not sponsored by Canadian Tire, but I do a lot of my shopping there. So these just tie back and keep all the window curtains back. So that is what this is. So now the issue, if you're over, I'm 5'8", Libby's about 5'6". If you are over 6 feet tall, this could be an issue. And the reason for that is when I walk forward, you'll see my head, and it just, see that? It just hits the rod. If you are taller than this, you'll always have to duck. Some people have cracked their heads on this, and it wasn't pleasant for them. So be mindful of that. All right, so this is an insulated space. I used some of the foam that I used in the floor, which is 1.5 inch clad-made foam. I used it and I put it into the walls here, so it makes it a little more soundproof for people that are using the bathroom in a small space. So I put a latch on the floor as well, so it doesn't open while I drive. And we just attached a mirror so that you can look at yourself when and if need be. So come and visit me in my toilet. So this is the bathroom area, and I purchased this thing from England, I believe it was, or the UK, and it is called a Urine Diverter. And all it is a foam composite molded into the shape. It's about $150, and it's well worth every penny. So what happens is when you sit on this toilet, which is always warm because it's a foam material, so regardless of the climate, you're going to get a nice warm seat, and it's screwed down into this. And what it is a container under here will catch your number one, and then I got a 5-gallon bucket in the back with wood chips, and extra wood chips, just the ones that you would use in a hamster's cage or for rabbits. And that goes in the back with a heavy-duty black garbage bag. And this would fill up maybe once every 4 to 6 weeks. We tended to go to the bathroom at bus stops or at families' houses or campgrounds. This was more of an emergency if my daughter had to use the bathroom, or either Libby or I had to go to the bathroom in an emergency. So it's all tucked underneath, 5-gallon bucket, and then it's just a juice container that collects the urine, and then that urine is just spilled out into a toilet or a disposal site. Excellent system. If you decide to do a gray system and you just use a bucket, it gets absolutely disgusting because we did that first. And when the two of them mix together, it's a sloshy, disgusting mess. And yeah, we didn't like that. And it smells. This has no odor whatsoever, and I was really amazed by it. And yeah, I would definitely recommend it. A little pricey, but it's a lot cheaper than a $1,500 Nature's Head or another compostable toilet. This will always spool off when you're driving, so you have to be mindful of that. And we have curtains that we will close when we need to use the bathroom. And the last thing I have in here are just coat racks and then storage for my broom that I use to sweep up the bottom. So I'm going to take you down underneath now to see if you can have a look at what this looks like. So we actually had a name for our toilet, and her name was Gloria. And we joked around all the time asking who was going to empty out Gloria. My daughter thought it was quite funny. So all the storage is in here. So this is a vinegar, half water mixture that every time you go for number one, you spray this in and it dilutes any odor, which is great. And all this does is I lift this up in the nozzle and then I pull it out, and then very carefully I put the top on it, and then I take this out and empty it into a facility. And I have it locked in just with pieces of wood. I just measured it out and put it in roughly and screwed them in. And then the top goes over so that it doesn't, there's no smell and there's no liquids coming out. And then in the back is the 5-gallon container with the double black garbage bag on it just for safety reasons. And you can dispose of that in a garbage facility, and then it's gone. So that is our toilet. It didn't cost a lot to build. It works for us. We do not live in the bus, so this bathroom system works for us, and we use other people's toilets where need be, gas stations, family, and this is for emergency more than anything.